up, my friends? So today I have some stories for you. Back in the semester of fall 2019, I was lucky enough to be able to study abroad in Valencia, Spain. It was amazing, most happy time in a long time that I've had. 100% would recommend. Obviously, with such a big experience comes a lot of stories, and I wanted to share some of them with you. Not all of them are very long, so I thought I would make a video just telling multiple stories, and yeah. I took this windsurfing class. It lasted the first month and a half of the whole trip, and we met twice a week. Now, it was a pretty big class, so we were split up into two groups, and one day one group would do windsurfing and the other group would do something else, like paddleboarding. And on the very first day, I did windsurfing, and that was fine. It was hard, and I fell in a lot, and the water was really salty, but you know, overall, not bad experience. The second day, though, we did surfing. I know how to swim, but I guess not very well, or as well as I thought. So we had to get past the waves, and just trying to get past them was so hard. I was being thrown around a lot. At one point I had some kid thrown into me, and I got a bruise on my arm from here to here. After a while I was kind of past the waves, and I was paddling, and I was just kind of trying to get the moves of it, but I noticed I was starting to drift a little bit off to the side a little too much, and I kept paddling really hard, and I just kind of stayed in the same spot. Eventually one of the instructors was waving his arms at me, you know, and I was like, I can't go anywhere. I've been doing this for 10 minutes. So he has to come out, get me, and drag me back through the waves. And when we get back to the shore, I realized that class ended and everybody already left. When I finally got back, everyone was like, oh, there you are. Then I turned around and I noticed that the back of my knee on my right leg was just cut up. And I was like, am I bleeding? And this one Dubro was just like, yeah, dude. The story, I'm gonna include two friends. These are not their real names. We'll call them Jared and Melanie. Yeah. Okay. So I was hanging out with Jared and Melanie one night at the apartment that I was staying at, and we decided that we wanted to go to our other friend's apartment. She lived kind of across town, so we couldn't walk there, and it was pretty late, so we had to take a taxi. Jared said he was gonna pay, so I was like, cool. He sat in the front, and I sat in the back of Melanie. Everything was cool, fine, dandy. We get to our friend's apartment, and Jared leaves, and me and Melanie leave, and we're frolicking along to our friend's apartment, and suddenly Melanie and I are grabbed and pulled back really aggressively by the taxi driver, and he's really angry at us, and Melanie is getting pretty mad. She's like, stop, what are you doing? And I'm like, what happened? Why are you mad at us? So then after a little bit, Jared is like, what's going on? And then he talked to the taxi driver, and apparently we didn't pay, because I thought Jared was gonna pay because he said he was gonna pay, and I guess he thought that I cabified it, I already booked the cab and it was already prepaid when we got in, so we all just left. But I don't get why he couldn't just say pay me or something. I don't get why he had to attack us. And yeah, at the end of the whole exchange he was just like, sorry. This one's actually really short. I was walking to the bus stop from my friend's apartment one night, and as I was crossing the street, this motorcycle ran the red light, and he was so close. I could feel his hair as he drove past me at full speed. If I was just one step ahead of where I was, I would have died. Just straight. Anyway. Down the street from the school that we attended during this trip, there was this Chinese restaurant called Bamboo that me and a group of friends would go to every week. And for the end of the trip, I really wanted to go just by myself. I was really feeling it. So I brought a book, and I went alone, and I ate my dish, and as I was, chilling, I noticed that on my chair there was a little spider. It was just hanging on its little web. It was just dangling, and blah, blah, blah. And I don't particularly like spiders, but I just left it alone. I was like, stay where you are. I looked back a few minutes later and it was on my bag, and I was like, oh no, why are you on my bag? So I took a little tissue and I kind of like scooted it off a little bit because I don't want to hurt it, but like I don't want it on my things. And it was gone. A few minutes go by and I look back at my backpack and the little spider is on it again, and I'm like, bro, why are you so obsessed with me? And I shoot it off again. Then I felt kind of bad. I was like, what if that spider just really liked me and I just like hurt its feelings? So anyway, it was time for me to go to class. So I picked up my bag to put my stuff away, and the spider was back on my bag. I was like, yay, my spider friend forgives me. And I decided to take him to class. I sat in the front and I put my bag on the thing so I can, keep track of my little spider friend. And this girl who sat behind me, who was usually my lab partner, she asked me, like, I guess how my day was. And I was like, it's pretty good. Look at this spider friend I made. And she got really excited, and she came over and she was like, oh my god, jumping spiders are my second favorite animal ever. And then she told me like how they use their legs or something to make music, and I should have probably looked it up before I said it. Something like that. It was something cool. Anyway, she was a cool person. Before my class ended, I looked and my spider was gone. But it's okay. I hope my spider's doing okay. This story happened because I'm stupid. It was the first day of lab, and we were supposed to go to the famous science museum in the City of Arts and Sciences, right? Like, that was just our lab, to explore the museum with our professor, get to know him. And before I went to it, I asked my Spanish teacher, hey, how do I get here? And then she told me, and my stupid booty Google Maps to a science museum, but it was definitely the wrong science museum, but I didn't know that. I, for some reason, assumed that there was only one science museum in Valencia, so I ended up taking a taxi because I was going to be late, and it took me 20 minutes to this place, and I walked another like 15 minutes to get to this museum, and it was the wrong museum, and I was like, wow. So I took another 20-minute taxi ride to the actual museum, and I was like an hour late, so my class was like already inside the museum. So I went in and I told like the ticket lady about my situation, and she had no idea what I was talking about. So I paid for a ticket and I ended up just exploring this museum by myself, looking for my maybe class, who I didn't even know who was in my class. I was just really putting in the effort, just to put in the effort, This one time in Spanish class, I had to sneeze, so I did, and when I did, I kind of farted a little bit, and every time that happens, I'm always like, could they hear it, or did my sneeze cover it? I tell myself that it did, and it was fine, but the girl next to me, who's actually a pretty good friend of mine now, just burst out laughing, and this other kid was like, bless you. But then when he noticed that my friend was laughing, he was like, was that not a sneeze? Then I started laughing really hard because she was laughing really hard, but she didn't like say why she was laughing, and I didn't want to say why I was laughing because like if she didn't even hear it, she maybe just thought my sneeze was just really funny sounding. I don't know, yeah. So those are all the stories that I have for you today. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a comment if you would like to, subscribe. There may be more story times like this coming. You see in my last video, I was like, I gotta think of a cool catchphrase, and I totally did later that day when I was driving, and I totally forgot it. Yeah, so I still don't have a catchphrase, but I hope everyone is doing well. Stay safe, wash your hands. Thanks for watching. Have a great night, day, afternoon, morning, I don't know. Bye!